Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the next episode of Reading is Fantastical. My name is Mr. Lauren. Oh, we've got a great show for you today. You're going to really love this one. Now, this particular book asks a question about love and caring unconditionally in a strange sort of way. I'll explain that here in just a moment. Oh, there it is. The title of this book is called The Strangest Fish by Katherine Arden, illustrated by Zara Marwan. Now look at this picture here, the illustration. Do you notice something a little bit different from other books, perhaps? The other illustrations? I think there's probably illustrated using watercolors. Have you ever used watercolors before? That's really cool. I think you're going to love the illustrations. So we'll make sure to point it out as we look at the different pictures to see the different designs. It's really cool. So this is one of the things that if you like watercolors, you're going to love this book. Okay, once again, The Strangest Fish. All right, so now we're looking at this book here. There's another page, just more about The Strangest Fish. Look at the colors. Can you see the fish between the little flowers, the sea flowers maybe? Can you see something? Looks like there's an eyeball in there. Well, let's keep looking to see if we see something in there, okay? Going to the next page. Here's our copyright page. And this is a new book. Look at this, 2024. Okay, relatively new, less than a year old. Very cool. Astra Young Readers. And so you can find this book on astrapublishing.com, astrapublishinghouse.com. All right. Okay, ready to get to the story? Are you sitting comfortably? Are you relaxed? Do you have a reading ears on? Are you being quiet? Are you keeping your hands to yourself? Okay, let's go. Daisy's house was yellow and green. It had a forest behind it, a garden beside it. Once again, look at the colors. You can tell it looks like it's watercolor painting. Very cool. She's got a boat. Looks like I see Daisy. She's sitting next to the boat. And once again, you see the house back there, the garden, and lots of colors, lots of pictures. And the tree doesn't have too many leaves on it, so it must be maybe during the fall, something like that, because I don't see any leaves on it. Or do we? We'll have to take a different angle, and maybe just the way it's designed, maybe it's painted a little bit differently. Oh, very cool. I like these pictures. And in front, a lake like blue glass, loud with birds. So lots of birds, making their noises as they're flying across the water. You see the water there? Looks like it does like little blue glass, doesn't it? Very cool. Once again, looks like those watercolors. Okay, and then we see, looks like the family or a family or somebody's family walking across. We see balloons, looks like. Look at the trees here. Maybe it's not in the fall. We see trees here. Oh, it's the grass, different colors. So lots of colors here. Very cool. We need to find out what's going on here. Let's see what happens next. Daisy's month was October. Daisy's month was October when the trees turned gold. This is in the fall. October had cider. That's the girl's name. October had cider and pumpkins, wet leaves and wood smoke, and most importantly, the fair. We see all the rides for the fair. Is there like a city fair where you are or state fair? Isn't there lots of fun with lots of rides and popcorn and cotton candy? What kind of candy do you like? What kind of treats do you like at the state fair? What kind of rides do you like to get on? Let's get back to the story. Daisy loved the fair. I know we all do, right? She spun on teacups with mom and ate popcorn with dad. I like popcorn too. I'd probably get along great with Daisy and them because they like eating popcorn. Not so much for me on the teacups, but that's okay. you can do that with somebody else, but that's always fun at the fair. And fish for prizes from the goldfish booth. Have you ever done that before? So I think what happens at the goldfish, you get little coins or pennies and try to toss it, or maybe a ball and toss it into a little cup for the goldfish, right? So let's see what happens next. Once again, the story is called The Strangest Fish, so it has something to do with this. Let's see what happens. Next picture. That year, Her sister Mary won a stuffed koala. Her brother Benji won a whistle. But when Daisy dipped her pole, she won a fish, a real fish, a strange fish. Ah, that's where he got it. So she used a fishing pole and maybe how to get it, and then she got a strange fish. I'm curious. Are you curious? Let's see what happens next. Looks like there's another big ride behind her. Oh, that looks like a big one. A big spinning, like what the chair ride. And the spin, spin, spin that goes like that. Have you ever gotten on that kind of ride before? Those are fun. Make you dizzy, but they're lots of fun, right? Let's see what happens next. Congratulations, said the goldfish man. He handed her the fish, swimming in a bag full of water. Oh, okay. We see the fish man handed her the bag. That's a big bag, too. And lots of water in it. Oh, we see the fish in there. Oh, there it is. Does it look too heavy? Hopefully it's not too heavy. Okay, let's see what happens next. Whoa, there it is. Are the two fishes in there or just one? Two fish in there? Let's see what happens. Looks at the big eyes. Or maybe it's the same one just swimming around. I think that's probably it. Probably the same fish just swimming around. Let's see what happens next. Daisy's fish had too many fins and scales like leaves, a head too big for his tail, but he was her fish, her very own, right? Don't worry, said Daisy. I'll take care of you. You are the best fish. What do you think? The big eyes, the big head, lots of skins and scales and fins and stuff. She said that's her best fish. What do you guys think? Is that the best fish? Do you have a fish? Do you have a fish at your house? What's your fish name? Oh, sounds like a good name. Let's see what happens next. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, look at the fishes in the bag, and there's balloons on it. Is it floating away? This is very interesting. We need to find out what's going on next. Looks like the fish is floating away. We don't want that to happen. Let's go to the next page. He's kind of weird, said Mary. He's just sad, cried Daisy. To have to swim in this bag full of water? She was jealous of Mary's koala, but she didn't say. It might hurt the fish's feelings. Friends didn't hurt friends' feelings. Don't worry, she told her fish. I'll give you the nicest bowl. Holding him carefully, she took him home. All right, he is a little bit heavy. Looks like she's struggling, but she's going to put him in a car so she can take him home. Looks like they had a good time at the fair because it looks like it's at night. Okay, maybe they started off at night. Okay, or just stayed there a long time. Let's see what happens next. Fish, she asked, what is your name? I think it's Nemo, said her dad. Fishy, said her mom. Daisy looked at her fish. His scales still made her think of leaves. No, said Daisy. His name is October. October turned in a happy circle. I think October liked the name because it turned in a happy circle, right? It didn't turn when the other people said names, only turned when Daisy said the name. So they're in the kitchen in the house, right? Oh, very cool. Everybody's looking at the fish in the fish bowl. Let's see what happens next. Daisy put him to bed in the nicest bowl and said, good night, October, and fell asleep. Oh, so she has the bowl in her room right next to her bed. Looks like she has some pictures on her wall, and she has little birds flying from her ceiling. So she has lots of little fun things in her room, right? All right. Let's see what happens next. But the next morning, October was bigger, a lot bigger. Too big for happy circles, too big for his bowl. He looked at her sadly. His eyes were as blue as a blue glass lake. Oh, said Daisy. I'm sorry. You're bigger than I thought. He did grow pretty fast overnight, didn't he? Maybe he ate Did she give him any food? I don't remember that she gave him any food. He just kind of grew all by himself. Wow, that's pretty strange. The strangest fish. Let's see what happens next. She put him in another bowl full of clean water. October swam his happiest circle. Oh, it's like a bigger bowl. Of course, she had to add more water, right? She said she put in what kind of water? Clean water. That's right. Now he's happy again because in a bigger bowl, he can swim around, right? I think it's always best. We are always happiest when we can move around a little bit. Okay, let's see what happens next. But the next morning, October was too big for his new bowl. What's going on here? He couldn't turn around. He looked at her sadly. How are you getting so big? Daisy asked. He was as long as her arm, from finger to elbow. From finger to elbow. Wow, that's pretty long. Whoa! Look at that picture. He's like he's busting out of a bowl. What is going on? The table's bigger. Man, it's bigger than her. This is really strange. Let's see what happens next. I'm very curious. Okay, that's just more of the room. Okay, more of the picture. What's surrounding the room. Okay, let's see what happens next. Okay, so now he's in the room. She's on a step stool to get up to where the bowl is now for October the fish. And everybody, the Phil family is looking to see what's going on. Looks like the bowl's in the bathroom here, huh? Or, let's see what happens next. Is that a tub? Is that a tub? Let's see what happens next to see what's going on. Daisy said, I have an idea. Just until we find the right bowl, gulp, said October, as she poured him into the bathtub where we were right. He's in a bathtub now. He looked like a pile of leaves in the bathroom light. My goodness, said Mom. So weird, cried Benji. Daisy ignored him. October was the best fish. She petted his scales. She was sure his blue-eyed winked at her. Wink, wink, right? She was sure of it. Let's see what happens next for the best fish, October. But the next morning, October was too big for the tub. This is getting wild. His head stuck out of the water. Are you even a fish? Daisy said. What am I going to do with you? October wiggled his tail and blinked his lake blue eyes. Oh, said Daisy, I see. Whoa, look how big. Whoa, he's huge. Now, if he swims too much, all the water is going to come out on the floor, right? Let's see what Daisy's going to do next about October. The strangest fish. He's getting huge. This is like it's about 3 or 4 days. He's out growing the tub. We got to find out what happens next. Let's turn the page. She picked up October. He was heavy. She put him in her red wagon. Oh, wow. She's walking, probably get the floor wet a little bit because of the water dripping off of him. Look, there's some boots next to where she's walking. I see big boots and little boots. Which one do you think are hers? Probably the little boots because those other boots look pretty big, right? So he's going to put them in a red wagon. Let's see what's turn the page. There's the red wagon. So what are they going to do about that? Is she going to put water in the red wagon? Let's figure out what's going to happen next here. Oh, I see. Pulled him to the lake and put him in the lake, into the lake. That's why, she used a wagon. Okay, hopefully you hurry up because he's probably supposed to be in water most of the time, right? I'm sure she was hurrying to get to the lake. And so we see all the outside, and it's kind of dark out there. Hopefully it's not dangerous. Hopefully she's able to get back in very quickly. It's not too cold. Okay, let's see what happens next. Oh, we see more of the lake with trees and stuff. Okay, let's see what happens next. Why'd you do that? Said Benji. He'll be eaten, be squashed by a boat, and he's still weird. Daisy worried and worried. That whole night, she worried. Wow. Let me look at the clock. Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock at night. Wow, I can see. Let's see what happens next. The next morning, she ran to the lake. October! October, are you there? You see her running. She's got her boots on, running outside, got a jacket on. And you see all the other birds flying around in the air. She's running to the lake to see if she can find October. Let's see what happens next. She's looking down from the pier to see if she sees him in the water, looking around. Do you see him? Do you guys see him swimming around in the water? I don't see him yet. Maybe she can continue to yell and maybe he can hear. Do you think he's sleeping or something like that? Let's find out what happens next. The lake was silent. Red leaves blew into the water. Daisy brushed away a tear. Red leaves. Oh no. She thinks he might have swam away somewhere and maybe he got lost or in danger, right? Let's see what happens next. But what is that? Did you see what I see? Look at that. Looks pretty huge. Let's see what happens next. Oh, there's more of them. Oh, brother. Let's turn the page again. October's head shot out of the water. Daisy recognized his lake blue eyes. She started to smile. She smiled and smiled. Oh, she's very happy that he's not hurt. But look how big he is, boy. if she would have kept him in the house, he probably would have outgrew the whole house and busted the house out. Right? I'm glad they have a lake nearby so she can put him in the lake so he can swim and get bigger. Let's see what happens next. I knew you weren't a fish, she said. Can I go for a ride? Oh, wow. At least she heard it. At least he knows his name and came to her, right? So this is the next page. And so she's going to get on for a ride. I like these watercolors. They're very cool. What do you think? You like the watercolors too? Very cool. Let's see what happens next. Look at Daisy. She's getting a ride on October. Look how big his tail is. Wow. Well, that must be a lot of fun going fast. Her hair's blowing in the wind. What about, hey, I don't have any hair. I guess my hair wouldn't blow in the wind, would it? Because I don't have any hair. Oh, brother, I was sure was looking for it. Let's see what happens next. The water dragon turned a happy circle. His blue eyes seemed to wink at her when she got on his back. Oh, they're definitely the best of friends because she trusts him and doesn't, and that way he could swim and won't tip her over, right, into the water, right? So he's a water dragon. Oh, I see. Let's see what happens next. Oh, looks like she's hugging him as they swim in the water. Oh, and that's it. Wasn't that very cool? He turns out the strangest fish is really a water dragon. Very neat. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that story. Very, very, very cool. Make sure if you really like this to hit the like button, the thumbs up, share it with your friends, and please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks again, once again, for tuning in to this story, and we will see you on the next one. Take care and have a great day.